Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So here we have another question from the same text, and the direction for the text is what? Direction for question is what? Answer the following questions based on the information given below. As we understood the text, let's jump to the question and try to understand what the question it asked. So the question asked here to um, identify an underlying assumption, right? Dutch can't make about the nature of rational beings in its discussion of the categorical imperative. So the question asks you to identify an underlying assumption Kant makes about rational beings when discussing the categorical imperative. So when we talk about the categorical imperative, so it is a principle that helps, you can say that principle that helps helps what that helps you can say determine whether an action is morally acceptable based on its ability to the universalized, isn't it? That is what it is pointed. Now, looking at the choice, the first choice stated rational beings always act in their own self-interest. Now, this choice suggests that what rational beings are what driven by self interest, isn't it? So, um, Kant's theory doesn't focus on self interest, you can say that, but on the universality and consistency of actions. So, in that case, option 1 cannot be taken as the answer. Option 2 stated rational beings can recognize and avoid logical contradiction. So this choice implies what? This choice implies that rational beings, rational beings have the ability to identify and avoid logical contradiction in their reasoning. This is, if you see that, this is nothing but a key assumption in Kant's theory, as it is essential for applying the what categorical imperative and determining if a maxim can be universalized or not. So hence, if you observe option 2, as per the question, what underlying assumption that can make about the nature of rational being in its discussion of the categorical imperative. So option 2 suggests the appropriate because it is stated rational beings can recognize and avoid logical contradiction. So this choice implies that, right? So this is nothing but a key assumption, you can say, key assumption in Kant's theory, as it is essential for applying the categorical imperative, right? So which one is means essential? That's called as avoid contradiction in the reasoning, or you can say that means ability to identify and avoid contradiction in the reasoning, isn't it? So in that case, um, you can say that it is essential for applying the categorical implying imperative and determining if a maxim can be universalized, isn't it? Hence, we can say option 2 is uh, means logically correct. Look into option 3. It is stated rational beings are motivated by a desire to benefit others. Now, this choice suggests what? This choice suggests that rational beings act out of desire to help others. While if you look at the Kantian ethics is what? Ethics, values, right? Duty, and moral principle. It doesn't assume that actions are motivated by the desire to benefit others, but rather by, you can say that adherence to what? Adherence to universal moral laws. Universal moral laws, isn't it? Hence, we can consider option 3 cannot be called as a assumption that make about the nature of rational beings, isn't it? Now look at the option 4, which is stated rational beings are inherently honest and trustworthy. So this choice implies that rational beings are naturally honest. Kant's theory doesn't assume inherent honesty but focuses on the logical consistency of action. So hence we can say option 1, 3, 4 are incorrect. So answer option 2 should be the logical answer to this, isn't it? So, because Kant's ethical theory assumes that rational beings have the ability to recognize and avoid logical contradiction, and this is crucial because the categorical imperative involves, uh, you can say that involves what we can say that testing whether a maxim can be consistently applied as a universal law. If rational beings could not identify contradiction, they would not be able to apply this test effectively. Right? Test effectively. Right? Therefore, this assumption is fundamental to Kant's framework for moral reasoning. So hence we can say answer option 2 should right UG. So hope you understood this. That's all. Thank